Hello and welcome to Property Box News. I'm Simon Everston. Later, we'll be taking a look at the impact universal credit is having on the private rental sector. But first, you may remember in October last year, I reported that the government were about to change HMO licensing laws and the amount of properties that require an HMO license was about to triple. Well, that didn't happen at the time, and now the government have just announced a new date for the changes, and it's October this year, 2018, is when they anticipate enforcing the new rules. In short, the properties that will require licensing are a property inhabited by 5 or more people, which makes up 2 or more households. A household is classed as immediate family, parents and children, or partners, married, civil partnerships, or cohabiting, or individuals. As well as 3-storey properties, single and 2-storey properties must be licensed if they fall within the above remit, including properties converted into bedsits. Properties above commercial buildings, such as shops or restaurants, must also be licensed. New rules are also set to come into force, setting minimum bedroom size requirements for HMOs. Rooms used for sleeping by 1 adult will have to be no smaller than 6.51 square metres, while those slept in by 2 adults will have to be larger than 10.2 square metres. Rooms slept in by children of 10 years or younger must be no smaller than 4.64 square metres. Our advice overall is to keep an eye on your local council website for the exact rules they are enforcing, but do keep in mind the October deadline. Now, universal credit, the slow rollout of universal credit across the country is starting to take effect, and landlords and tenants are starting to feel the impact. Research by the Residential Landlords Association shows that 73% of landlords still lack confidence in letting to tenants in receipt of benefits due to uncertainty that they will be able to recover rent arrears. The flaw in the system is that it takes 6 to 12 weeks for claimants to receive their first payment, and many tenants find themselves in 2 months arrears from the start of their tenancy, or as close to the start of their tenancy as they can. The RLA made a number of proposals that would improve the delivery of universal credit, and these include ensuring that private landlords are routinely informed when a tenant moves from the older benefits system to the universal credit, to help them establish suitable rental payment schedules with the tenants. The organisation also insists that mechanisms need to be put in place to give landlords confidence that rent arrears can be reclaimed after a universal credit tenant leaves a property. It adds that tenants should be given the option to choose to have the housing element of their universal credit paid directly to their landlord if they wish. In the parliamentary debate on this subject earlier in January, many of the RLA findings and proposals were quoted and cited by several of the MPs involved. Leading the debate, Stephen Lloyd MP said that this research not only means unnecessary suffering for tens of thousands of housing benefit recipients, but poses a threat to the future of benefits claimants ever succeeding to rent in the private sector, because once a tenant has a bad record, it's extremely difficult to unwind. The issue of direct payments was raised by several MPs, with Tracy Brabin, MP for Batley and Spen, saying that the greatest concern for landlords is the move away from direct payments. With universal credit, when a tenant falls into arrears, a landlord can apply for alternative payment arrangements, or APAs. Until recently, the tenant had to give consent for direct payment in this method. The DWP, that's the Department of Work and Pensions, has since confirmed that landlords will no longer need the tenant's consent when applying for APAs. Overall, the system, dubbed universal chaos by some, is an unwelcome change in the benefit system, and because it's got off to such a bad start, it's likely to take a long time for landlord confidence to be restored. And of course, we'd love to hear your views and opinions of universal credit. So please leave us a comment below on your experiences so far. And finally, when McMafia's Alex Godman and his girlfriend Rebecca Harper host guests in the BBC drama, all is not as it seems. Their kitchen, which seems to be part of a small mews home, is in fact in a 6-bedroom Victorian house in the London borough of Wandsworth. The owners bought and renovated the house 2 years ago. It includes a basement, which has the kitchen seen in the show, and the owner knew from her experience in the advertising industry what location scouts were looking for, and she saw the opportunity in her new home. The McMafia crew used her bedroom, dressing room, shower and kitchen for the series over a 2-week shoot, while the family stayed in a hotel locally. She typically charges between £800 and £1,600 a day, and this amounts to an additional salary for her and her husband, who also works in advertising, taking in a £50,000 salary per annum for around 40 days of shoots. So, does your home have a unique look or something that stands out? Maybe then it could be the unsung star of a new BBC drama or Netflix film. Let us know. That's all from me. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in.